Hello, welcome to episode 5 of the Blame Game podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Richard, with our other co-host, Dallas. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, sir. Thank you very much.
I'm jealous about the Vegas trip. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna throw it out there that I wish I was in Vegas, and yeah.
Yeah, it would have been cool.
Was
I
it busy
missed out
there?
on the
Was
hot
there a lot of
tub.
people?
Yes, it wasn't as bad as a weekend per se, but it was busy. All the restaurants were booked.
Did you stay on the
This
strip?
no, we stayed at a,
Or
Marriott
did you
at a
have you had to
convention
go to
center.
the convention center?
Correct. But it
I
was
thought
the
it was
new
fun.
convention center, and right across was our hotel. And you just Uber up to the strip, not a big deal.
Is that by the Wynn? Isn't that by the
Yes,
Wynn?
exactly. It's right by the Wynn.
Because I mean, if you get to the Wynn, you could take the shuttle or whatever it's called, the
Do you know
tram.
how much it costs to play golf at that course, by the way?
I don't go to Vegas to play golf. I don't know.
$650.
Well, that's why I don't play golf in Vegas. Why would I want to play golf in Vegas? I already sweat my ass off playing golf regularly. Why would I
Just
want
to
to go play
say,
golf in 115-degree weather?
just to say that you did, I guess. Because I wouldn't do it.
No, with no shade. It seems
Oh,
like a
there's
terrible
shade.
idea.
Haven't you seen that? Well, you can't really see the course, but you drive right by it, coming from the convention center right there. It's all in fence, but there's
I'll
lots
be
of
honest with you. I've been to Vegas at least a dozen times, maybe more. I've never set foot in the convention center.
Wow. So you
All the
only go for
convention,
fun
no, all the conventions that I've ever been to for work have
in
always been in Caesar's
hotels.
Palace.
Oh, really?
And because Caesar Palace has a
Yeah, the big.
three-story convention center,
Yeah, yeah.
for conventions. So
No, unfortunately, we stayed off the strip. Made it a little bit, but it was okay. Lots of
I
good
always
food.
stay at Bally's, or like if I go for fun or for leisure, I should say, so it can sound a little bit more mature. I always stay at Bally's or Harrah's just because of the convenience.
I'm sure you have a card as well.
No,
A Harris. You don't have a Harris card?
oh, card. I thought you said car.
No. Yeah,
Like I want. Oh
because
yeah.
you
Oh,
build up the
every time
points.
every time I went to Vegas, I've always stayed for free.
Yeah, Harris
I've
was one of
never,
the best
I've
programs
never.
for that.
Well, Harrah's is the same as Bally's, Paris, Caesars.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
Caesar Schwartz.
It's all connected.
Well, anyways, enough for Vegas. Maybe I can talk about Vegas all day. So we that's a long story. But this is going to be episode number 5. Obviously, we do not have a guest this week, so it's just me and Dallas. First
Our
off, I want to.
apologies.
I don't know. After Sam and Dan, maybe people need a break.
Oh,
First off, let me remind everyone that the Blame Game podcast is a roundtable discussion among friends on various topics. Each person will bring one topic or question to the table for us to talk about. This can vary between video games, pop culture, movies, TV shows, what ifs, really anything that comes to mind. In this episode, since it's just me and Dallas,
time out.
you're just
You have
gonna
that-
wait. You're gonna interrupt my spiel.
Yes.
You can't interrupt the spiel.
Do you have that written down or something?
No, it's off memory.
No,
And you just
the
ruined it.
whole description of the podcast. You don't have that written down?
I mean, yeah, in the podcast notes, but I mean, I don't like in the descriptions of the
because
podcast.
I'm
But it's
I'm
always
gonna
in my
say,
head.
I'm impressed. I
I'm trying to-
apologize. I'm not trying
Well,
to
you
mess
just
you up.
ruined the flow now. Like,
That's what I do.
Jeez.
That's what I do.
Anyways, since this episode is going to be a little bit different, we're actually going to not really have. It's going to be one topic, but we're going to break it down into 2 episodes. If you watch it on YouTube, which we don't have a link yet, but you can YouTube search the Blame Game podcast, and it shows up on there. If you want to watch, just if you want to skip around to certain topics, that's where you would want to do. I break down the topics over on YouTube that get posted each day after the podcast gets published. And in today's episode, we are going to do all things Stranger Things. That sounds weird. But we're going to do Stranger Things Season 4. Dallas finally finished watching it. It would have been nice to do this earlier, but whatever. It happens. So Stranger Things Season 4 Part 1 came out, 3 weeks ago, I think, at this point. So I thought
Wow. It was May, end of May, right?
Yeah, it was about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
maybe 3.5. It would be nice that maybe gave a lot of people that might listen to this time to watch season 4 star, and then you can join us in the conversation. This part 1 will be spoiler free, so if you have not seen season 4 part 1, you are safe. I will tell you when spoilers are going to happen. That's going to be part 2 on YouTube. If you're listening to this on your favorite podcast services, Spotify, then you can stop when I start calling for spoilers. If you have not seen it, we would love your feedback. So please come over onto the YouTube page, leave a comment, and let us know what you think of season 4 or Stranger Things in general. Before we start, I would like to admit, I think I looked it up. Season 1 of Stranger Things came out in 2010.
I have to believe you. I have.
No, it's not. It can't be 2010. That would have been 12 years ago. There's no way the show came out in 2000. Maybe it was 2016. 2016. 6 years ago. So, did you watch Stranger Things when it first came out, like season 1?
Yes.
Oh wow.
100%. Yeah.
My confession is I never watched one episode of Stranger Things until this year. So the whole 4 seasons are like
Wow.
fresh in my memory. I mean, I watched. Well, if you remember correctly, if you would like to join the Blame Game Discord, we do some watch parties over there every once in a while. On January 1st of 2022, we did the Friends reunion.
That was great.
And no, wait, it was not the Friends reunion. It was Harry Potter. That was the Harry Potter
But
one.
we did the Friends thing as well.
We did the Friends one. That was like October. But January 1st, we did the Harry Potter reunion. And after that, I was talking about I've never seen Stranger Things. The week after, we watched the first 2 or 3 episodes of Stranger Things. That was the first time I've ever seen it. Then I continued to watch the last 3 seasons leading up to season 4. So I started watching season 4, right when it came out. So mine is a little bit fresher. Dallas has been waiting in pain and suffering for 2 years for this one season. So our expectations might be a little different because he might have built it up more. Me, it was kind of like, yeah, okay, season 4 started. But we'll start off with season 4, part 1. What are your general thoughts? Remember, we're going to keep it spoiler free. So we're not going to talk about details of what happened. We're just going to talk about overview and then talk about some of the characters in all 4 of the seasons.
So I can't say which main character dies. Just kidding.
That would be a spoiler.
Understood. I loved it. I'll just say yes. I was waiting for a long time. A long time. COVID came, slowed the production down. As we all know, everything got slowed down. These kids practically grew up before they got a chance to film this, so I'm sure a lot of the writing was changed because of that, I assume. But it exceeded my expectations. I guess if you go back to season 3, it's kind of whack. I'm not gonna say it was whack, but I didn't like it as much as the first 2. Um, but I was just as excited for every one that came out. So I had high expectations every time, and that's possibly why I didn't like 3 as much. But so when 4 came out, again, super high expectations. But to me, it
Hold on,
lived
let
up.
me season 3 that's the mall, right?
Correct.
Okay, good.
The Russians. So season 4 to me, again, I
Well,
had
technically, it's still Russians in season 4 too.
yeah. But they came into play in season 3.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So yeah, exceeded my expectations. I love the new characters. It's not spoilers to talk about new characters,
No.
right? I'm not gonna get into detail. I love Argyle. I love that. Yeah, I guess I don't really want to get into that part. We'll talk about that later. But I love the new characters. I love the old characters that are everybody's back, right? I think for the most part.
Mhm.
Um,
Well, besides Billy.
sadly, poor Billy.
So
Well, he's well,
there's no spoilers that Billy died in season 3.
that's correct. But really quick, I'll say I think I kind of said it, but season one, I would always say it's my favorite because it's the first and all that. But I'm not gonna lie. I think right now, and maybe it's recency bias, season four is my favorite. It's that good, in my opinion.
Since I've recently watched all 4 seasons,
Hmm.
um, I'm not as down on season 3. I like season 3.
I don't dislike it. I
I
just
like it more,
it
and
didn't
it
hit
sounds
like this one.
weird. It sounds weird because I really like Billy. I did really like Billy in season 2, but season 3, I actually really like Billy's character. Even though he's possessed in three quarters of the season, but I actually like. I love my favorite scene. Maybe it sounds really weird because it's Stranger Things. My favorite scene out of all the first 3 seasons is when Billy is hitting on Miss Wheeler. I don't know why. I love that scene. It's just perfect.
Oh, yeah, Mr.
Um,
Lifeguard Dave.
but yep. But season 4, I agree with you. I, I, I always think Stranger Things is all 3 seasons. It gets really cheesy before, really, to be honest with you, if the seasons, what, 3 quarters of the episodes are all set up for like the last two for all the action.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
for season 1 is like that, season 2 is like that, season 3 is like that. Where I think when they're in the mall, like it's really only picks up a lot of the action only in the last 2 episodes. Um, so maybe that's why people might not like it as much. But this one, season 4, is from the jump like action pack, and I
Hmm.
think they kind of taken that what people really like from the first 3 seasons and almost applied it to every single episode. I think there's maybe one episode that was kind of slow. I think it was but it obviously it sets up. I can't remember exactly what episode it is. It's mostly about Hopper, um, and the episode about Hopper is where it's a lot slower than you know the
Some of
other
the other
ones.
action-packed stuff. Yeah,
Yeah. So, and I don't think that's a spoiler.
I
He was
get.
in.
I was about to say,
No, I don't think so because he's in the trailer.
yeah, yeah.
And it shows him.
We
I
all
think
know
it's
he's alive. We all know he's
and
alive.
it shows him in episode 1. So it's not like a huge spoiler. Like it's a big reveal. It is a big reveal, but it's in episode 1.
I was watching some Duffer Brothers interviews just right before we did this, actually, just to get a little uh, refresher. Because, like you said, I hadn't seen some of the earlier stuff in a very long time. And apparently, for the most part, this has all been planned out up to this season, up to next season. Like they know what's going to happen, with some exceptions. It changes the characters, and they said that. See, they're talking about Steve specifically. He's not supposed to be around in season four. He was supposed to die in season one, and remain a bad guy. It wasn't supposed to be him fighting the Demogorgon with Nancy and Jonathan in the house. It was
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be Lonnie, Steve's Jonathan's dad. Could you imagine that? Lonnie staying around instead of Steve? But people just
Yeah.
love Steve so much. So things like that, they change and just kind of evolve the show. But for the most part,
Once we get into spoilers, you can definitely see that.
yeah.
That
Uh,
the story was planned from the beginning.
yeah, because there's some key things to point out that
Yeah.
obviously will be spoilers that kind of show that for sure.
So obviously, we both love season 4.
Hmm.
And before we get to spoilers, um, who just let's just talk about Stranger Things in general. Who is your favorite character from the main cast? And um, I even would consider some of the Doctor's main cast too. Who is your favorite character?
It's a really hard one. Um,
It's not hard for me.
eh, eh, I'm gonna have to say Steve.
Mm,
You probably say the same.
no,
No,
mine is
I love
Steven's.
I love
Mine,
Harrington.
mine is his BFF Dustin.
Oh, Dustin, the two of them together are great. But Steve Harrington is just the banter that he and Robin have. No spoilers, but that was even from season three. Um, and him and Dustin. Him, he's, as we know from our game, he's the babysitter. Um, he's just great dude. And I'm so glad it just worked out the way it did, and they saw the chemistry and didn't kill him off like they were supposed to. So who'd you
Yeah,
think? Oh, you said Dustin.
mine is Dustin. I like most of the characters. It might be controversial. I'll just go in there because I already know it's gonna be a topic of debate. Um, Characters I don't like. I do not like 11. Fuck her. Like I wish she would die.
Wow, she's the epicenter of the story.
I know. I don't like her. Um,
Interesting.
Fuck 11. Hashtag fuck
Wow,
11. Wait, that sounds weird. Never mind. I shouldn't say
horrible. Oh yeah, no, 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 no.
that.
She's underage and all that. That's horrible.
I don't like 11. I'm not a big fan of Mike. I don't. I am not a big fan of Mike. I'm not a big fan of 11. Not a big fan of Hopper. I don't really like. I hate Jonathan. Um, I have
Wow.
more people that I dislike than I like.
I wanted to give an honorable mention, as I always do. I have my favorite character. It's going to be Steve. But I guess my second favorite character isn't even really a main character. But I love Murray. Murray is so good.
Oh
Um,
yeah, I love Murray.
the black he's just funny as hell,
I
man.
like Murray. I like Steve. I love Nancy.
Nancy's great.
Um, I like Joyce. Is it Joyce or Joy?
Joyce.
Joyce.
Can we
Joyce. I
say
like.
it's not a spoiler to say there's a new sheriff? There has to be a new sheriff. Hopper's not around. Do you like the new sheriff?
Um,
Whatever.
he's an idiot.
No, he's not. I like the new sheriff. Who's an idiot is his helper, Hopper's old deputy or
No,
whatever. That
no,
guy's an idiot.
no. The idiot is that I don't know his name. It is the cheerleader's boyfriend.
Oh, he's not an idiot, by the way. I hate him. He's meant to be hated, but that dude should be a politician. I don't want to get into spoilers, but that dude, he's the opposite of an. I wouldn't say he's an idiot, but I understand why you don't like him.
Um, what are your feelings? Well, so I want to say that because I mean, the other kids, I'm a little indifferent about Will. I don't. I mean, in season 1, 2, 3, you just like, come on, dude, you are so pathetic.
Who?
I Will.
Oh, you like him more in this season currently?
Not really, because he doesn't really. No, it's not spoilers. Obviously, at the end of season 3, 11 moves with with the Myers. They end up moving to California, and he just kind of. I don't know. He just seems like he doesn't really. He just always in the background. He
Well,
doesn't
I
really
can't
do
wait till we
anything.
get. Just remember this moment when we get into spoilers and our
Yeah, yeah.
predictions for what's
And
gonna happen.
then, so, uh, shoot, what is the other character's name? Sh-
Mike, Lucas.
I
Matt.
love Lucas.
Yeah, Lucas is the man.
I love Lucas. I love oh god, what's the girl's name that
Max.
Max. I love Max.
Yeah, Max is great.
Max is awesome. I liked Billy, her brother. I love Miss Wheeler. Um, I don't know
Hello,
about
Miss
Mr. Wheeler.
Parker.
I know, man. I love her. I don't like her in season 4 because I don't know what they did with her hair.
I agree. That's the worst. I want to be Olivia Newton-John look in the world.
Well, I guess season 4 takes place, I think, in '86. So I think they're going for more of that. That's around when the time where the jazzercise thing really came
Yeah, I guess.
popular. So I think they went for that.
I don't like her hair. I don't like the whole. She's always in
Same.
that outfit.
Yeah. But
We're not here
so
to judge.
I do like half the I was about to say staff. I like half the cast, and I dislike half.
I also like
So
Mr. Wheeler. He's just a dick, and I love that.
I don't like Mr. Wheeler.
Mr. Wheeler's fucking great. He's just so honest. Like, when are they gonna start taking care of shit for themselves? He's just Mr. Wheeler keeps it real.
They're 10 years old, dude. Like, jeez. Okay. So how would you rank the seasons? And then we'll wrap up with the spoiler free stuff. We're ranking the seasons, and then we'll go into the spoilers for season 4 and talk about it more in depth.
Mine is pretty quick and easy. 4, 1, 2, 3. Um, 4, as I explained earlier, it exceeded all my expectations and then some. It's that good. 1 introduced us to this world and characters, and it's nothing like the first, right? To some degree. The second one was really good. The third was really good, but again, the expectations were high for everything, and for me anyway, it just kind of tapered off. It didn't exceed my expectations for either of those seasons. Really, they were still good, but like 4 just blew the roof off.
For me, season 2, I'm trying to think what was the villain for season 2? Is that Oh, no, that's the one where
The
season 2 is
entity, the big giant entity, and
yes, the Mind Flayer is when they introduced the Mind Flayer.
correct.
Because that's the one where 11 goes to Indianapolis
To see
and
her
then comes back.
sister, her
And then
mom,
comes
or
back.
whatever. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Then he comes back and then she closes the gate. Okay, so my favorite is season 4. Then this is gonna be weird because it's the opposite for you. I like season 4, 3, 1, 2 for
Wow,
me.
3 you like that much, huh?
I like it because there's some iconic scenes from it. Obviously, like the one I mentioned earlier
Example.
about Billy
Oh,
with
okay.
Miss Willer.
Yeah.
The most one is Dustin when what's his girlfriend's name? Susie, and they
Susie.
sing when the monster is
Never
chasing
ending
everyone,
story.
and the whole that scene with Hopper and Joyce and Murray when they're in the Russian bunker and they're trying to get the code to open the gate, and Murray is like looks at Hopper like, what are these kids doing? And Joyce puts her head on the wall, and Hopper turns around with that dead look, like he realizes I'm working with fucking kids. Like, and they're singing, and then if the camera flips to Steve and Robin and Nancy when they're all, I think it was Nancy in the car when they're driving. It might have been Max driving. I can't remember. And then the Mind Flayer is chasing them, and all they're hearing is a never-ending story.
I don't remember. It's damn it. It's been too long.
Yeah. So while they're singing, Lucas's sister is obviously with Dustin, and then it flashbacks to what everyone else is doing, and they're hearing on the radio, and Steve and them are in the car, and the Mind Flayer is chasing them down the road.
Because she won't do what he needs her to do
Yeah,
unless
he
he
needs.
sings with her.
Yeah, she's like,
Right.
you have to do it. He's like, no, please, please, no, please, no. And then his acting skills of him just looking embarrassed in front of Lucas's little sister and turning, and then they get into it. It's great.
Also, another character I love, Lucas's little sister. She is
Oh yeah,
something else. She's,
she's great. In season 3 too. Season 4, they haven't really showed her too much, if I
well,
remember
she had,
correctly.
she had. Remember, she definitely
Oh yeah,
has
yeah,
some
yeah, yeah.
parts. She has some parts.
But season 3 is like
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
her
yeah.
her big one when they're in the mall. But that's for me. I like 4, 3, 1, 2. I like 1 because they obviously build out the world. It just um and I like that they showed the
Well, you hate
Demogorgon more.
11, and she's a big, big focal point in 1.
Well, the reason why I don't like 2 is because you have the Mind Flayer and the Demogorgons, but they're kind of, I don't know. It just made it like the Demogorgons were just like little babies. Like like they weren't terrifying. Like season 1, you had one, and they kept showing him at almost every episode.
Yeah,
Like
but he'd be like sitting there,
yeah, but in
creep.
season 2, they just made them like little puppies running around, and
Yeah,
then at a sound, they all run away. Like Steve Harrington can take out 4 Demogorgons with a bat. Like
not no spoiler. Season 4. Um, yeah,
but are there's no Demogorgons in season 4? I haven't. Are there?
we should move to the next part.
No, when we're talking about a Demogorgon, I just said I
Yeah,
don't even remember them showing Demogorgons.
yeah. Can't believe you don't remember. You don't.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
we'll
gonna need a
discuss it
fresher.
in a moment.
But we'll end the part 1 right here.